What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mashanddrum. We are back, and the New York Knicks are champions. That's right. It happened. One of the teams that I root for won. Holy shit. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Nice to see everyone here tonight. Tonight we have a hell of a show. Not only do we have some new bottles we're going to be testing, trying out, some bottles that I got where I was away last week, but also we're going to be finally crowning our wild card, our wild card entry into the Blended Again Finals, which will be happening in July. I'll get you guys a date as soon as I can. Still working out some, scheduling, but it is happening in July. So, what is going on, everyone? Let's see here. Kevin O'Malley's here. Quint, Travis here. Thunder Dan. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. Say hi to some folks. Is that POAC I see? They trying to win you over? Yeah. Weird. I got a Pride of Anderson County sample randomly today. Don't know who it's from. Don't know why I got this, but I got it. So we'll try that tonight. We'll give that a go. We got Barbecue Ed in the house. We got Philosophize is here. What's up? Jason Coates is here. I got to see Jason last weekend, I should say, over at Driftless Glen. Man, did we pick some bangers. I'll talk a little bit about that a little later. What's up? Wallace Harris here. Going back to the Drum Key debut. That bottle will just get better and better for you. Nathan Jurgensen is here. Rockstar and Squib Game. Man, he's going old school. What's up, Trav? Nice to see you, man. We got Tim Romero, Jason Cruitt, John Legalbo. What's up? How you doing, John? Nice to see you. Jim Turner's here. We got Night Methods in the house. We got Slapshot. What's up, Brian? Nice to see you, man. Sandeep Chima is here. I see you as always. We got Dennis Rothschild, Rees Mash, Little Book Infinite 2 in the glass. Missed you guys last week. I missed you guys too. Tim Jurgensen is here. Maurizio Pastenis is here. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a whole 2 weeks, guys. Cheers, Jason. It is weird. I always say it all the time. It is weird when I miss the live stream. Andreas Sinobella Room Sawin 5000. What's going on? That's a long ass name. Four Leaf Whiskey is here. What's up, Stacy? Let's see here. Yeah, everybody's watching the World Cup. I actually watched Messi's hat trick last night. Guy is just an alien. He's crazy, man. Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast is here. Cool Running is here. A-Brod is here. Let's see. Caleb Stelzer is here. We got Whiskey Nose. What is going on, Marty Party? James Morgan. Cool Running. Shemmy. Got Brian Newton. James Morgan. Who else? Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling down. I see Giselle's Realty Group is here. What's up, Jonathan? Shemmy. Josh Fritz. Of course, Fritzy is here. Nice to see you as always, man. Nick. I see Fritzy, Rare Breed, and more people coming in. I missed you guys. Of course, the legend himself, Richie Z, is here. Ernest Peacock. Tony Atemo is here. Irving Larry, what's going on? Cheers. Congrats to the Knicks. Got Broad Branch, Hazmat Rye, and the Glen. The Knicks won. I was in Wisconsin with Scott, watching the game that night. When they got down very quickly in the first half of Game 5, I was like, the Knicks have them right where they want them. and that's exactly what happened. Pretty cool. So the fact that they came back and won, I was literally tearing up because just one of my teams hasn't won anything in forever. So it was cool. It was cool to see that. Jalen Brunson is an absolute legend. The parade in New York is tomorrow. So I'll definitely be tuning into that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Jason, I knew you were in Wisco, but damn, missed opportunity. Didn't know you were at Driftless as Outside the Star. Cheers, Stacey. I thought I mentioned that on the stream last week, Outside the Star. I'm not sure if you were there. Maybe I didn't mention it, but yeah, we got the opportunity to go to Driftless Glen, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but for anybody that does not, the Master Journey Whiskey Club has selected 12 single barrels from Driftless Glen. Easily our top. Well, I don't know. Russell's might be up there too. When you talk about like as many picks as we've done, I think it's either Russell's or Driftless Glen as far as like the most we've done. Probably put Jack Daniels up there, kind of close. Probably a third But yeah, we've done a lot with them. We love them. We love their whiskey. It's fun to taste the evolution as their whiskey's getting older and older, which is amazing. So the fact that they, we're like, look, we want to pick the 13th bourbon. It's going to be kind of the Baker's Dozen, number 13. And they have 10-year product now, 10-year rye, 10-year bourbon, and it is absolutely outstanding. So we selected a 10-year rye, a 10-year bourbon, and almost 10-year rye. That's a super, super, super short barrel. We also picked a wheated bourbon that's going to sit in the warehouse for a whole summer. Get some more heat extraction. Right now, it tastes like toffee and apple pie. That's like basically what it tastes like. Candy apple and toffee. We're like, let it go another summer. Let's see what happens in the hot weather. And then lastly, we got kind of another fun one, which I think it's only a distiller. I think it's a distillery only release, which is I believe it was a cognac French oak barrel that they dumped. They filled it with some vanilla extract. Then they dumped that, and then they filled it with bourbon. And then they dumped that, and it is freaking delicious. So we're only getting like 60 bottles of that. So we literally picked 4 barrels and a third, an eighth. I don't know what you want to call it, but a third. I'll say a third. It was pretty cool. Steve A is there. It's meant as distillery only, yeah, and it's fantastic. Yep, Steve A was there. Nice to see you, man. Driftless Rye is one of the best spirits in America right now, in my opinion. I would agree. And the fact that we saw so much flavor profile, because, flavor, I guess, what do you call it? Flavor drift. Is that the right? Well, it's not really a drift. It's kind of more of a completely different profile. Even though there's remnants of it, the 10-year rye has like this. The one that we selected was more sweet candy oak. It has that dark raspberry that Driftless is known for. Then you taste other 10-year ryes that are just stone fruit bombs, just apple and peach, and then you get watermelon, and then you get apple, and some people were getting pineapple. I mean, the flavor profiles from Driftless are great. So cheers to Driftless. Thanks for hosting us and making it so special. Tonight, I'm just going to kick things off here. I just was able to acquire a Jack Daniel's 10, and it's one of those bottles this year that I think the Jack Daniel's 10-year improved the most as far as versus the other 2 this year from Jack Daniel's. I think 12 took a step back, 14 took a step back. 12 is good. 14 is still good, but not as good as it was last year, at least for my palate. But this 10-year, dude, this year, I remember this tasting when I tasted it multiple times, and this thing came off like peanut butter and jelly. So JD 10 batch 5 is this year's. Remus Repeal 5. Wow, okay. JD 14 batch 2 over batch 1 for me. Really, Nathan? Nathan, knowing your palate, that's so surprising. Like Jack Daniel's, like 14 batch 2, I don't get any of the, like that dark, rich, like raspberry that I was getting, that super dark fruit from Jack 14. It was completely missing it for me. So that to me completely just brought it down several notches for me. Can't say how envious I am of Jason. JD 14 B1 is hot and sharp. B2 is all dark cherry and balanced for me. I could see balance, but batch 14 for me was a beast in a good way, the best way possible. Oh man, it still smells like peanut butter. Oh, I love it. I do enjoy JD batch 2 over batch 1. Wow, Larry too. I mean, I could see the flavor difference. Jack Daniel's batch 14, I should say 14-year batch 1, was just kind of a crazy different beast of a Jack Daniel's. But I thought that's what was the best about it. It was different. Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast says JD 10 was in our top 5 for 2026 so far. I could see that, man. This thing is so good. All right, guys, I'm going to start off the night with this. Let me know what you're sipping tonight, and then we're going to get into a bunch of samples here tonight. New bottles, first tastes. Then we're going to crown our wild card winner later, and then if there's time, I'll let you guys run me all over the whiskey room, and we'll compare some stuff if you want. So, cheers to you. Yep. Still peanut butter. It's like peanut butter, a little banana. There's some dark jam there. This is easily the best Jack Daniel's 10. Way more of like of a sweet oak profile than I think I've ever gotten on a Jack Daniel's 10. It's like it just brings everything together on this. Jason, how many Bull Run bottles did you pick up? Just one, Big Vic. Honestly, JD 10 batch 5 is worth even the markup at like $150. That ain't 10 years, I bet. Maybe we'll get that Virginia Distillery cigar American single malt tonight. Virginia Distillery cigar American single malt tonight. Oh, did I have that and not actually open it with you guys? If that's the case, I'll do it. Just remind me again, man. I remember trying it, but maybe I didn't try it live. It's around here somewhere. Jason, first pour standard Michter's bourbon, 91.4 proof. You reviewed this about 7 years ago. Jason, first pour standard Michter's bourbon, 91 point. You reviewed. Oh my God. Yeah, Richie Z. Thank you for making me feel old. The finish on the Infinite 2 is insane. Coats and keeps going. Great proof. Yeah, I think the Infinite 2 is infinitely better than 1 to me. Never been impressed by Virginia Distilling. Yeah, I think in the beginning their stuff was impressive because it was a unique. It did feel like a American-made Scotch, or American-made single malt, whereas but you would think it would have evolved a little bit more from where it was. Just haven't. But again, I haven't tasted enough of it to really know that. Oh man, this is so good. It is so peanut butter to me. Does anybody else get a peanut butter note on Jack Daniel's 10? I mean, yeah, it's mixed with some other, great notes. You like, there's a little bit again of that banana. I do think there's a slight dark fruit note there. It's a little bright, but it's there. But I mean, does anyone else get like the peanut butter that I get? Because I feel like that's all I taste sometimes. Do you have the Jalen Brunson edition Nikes yet? Yes, I do. I do. BDC makes really nice spirit, but in my opinion, they price the courage and conviction beyond the value, and my attention turned elsewhere. I haven't really re-engaged. Okay, Jason, that's fair. Yeah, I actually won the Statue of Liberty Jalen Brunson shoes. Like a few months ago when it first came out. I got very lucky. Usually don't hit on those, but yeah, I hit on those. I haven't worn them yet. So, but I have them. Yeah, peanut butter all the way. What's up, Volt Blue? Nice to see you, man. Interested to hear your thoughts on those new riffs. Got the rye recently. Yeah, we're gonna dive into that. To me, J10 B5 was similar to 1924. I could see that. I mean, 1910 to me though isn't this peanut buttery, but I think as far as like the oak profile, I could see that matching up a bit. Maybe more than newer 1910s. I think the older 1910s were a little bit different. Dusty Dan in the house. What's up, Dusty? Oh man, that's good. That's right. Must be nice. All right, guys. What are we diving into first tonight? So I have the Anderson, the Pride of Anderson County. Pegleg Porker is back. This is their own distilled distillate. I guess that's a little redundant. It's their own distillate in here. Now, whether or not that's good or bad, Pegleg Porker was pretty known for sourcing from rhymes with Schmickel, but this is apparently their own distillate. So I'm curious to maybe taste into those. Anyone tried the Old Commonwealth Batch 3? 1924, not 1910. Sorry, 1924. I could see that, yeah, even more, for sure. I ain't drinking POC without Rare Bird involved. Yeah, I don't know how I got the sample or where it even came from. So here's the thing. Obviously, guys, I know my eyes are bad, but this label is really tiny. So I don't even know. I'm trying to like figure out. So what does this say here? Age. Let's say 9.5 years. 9.5 years in oak. 59.58% ABV. So 9.5 years in oak, 59 point ABV. I'm guessing this is turkey. So Chad on IBN said it was just short of 10 years. Okay, just short of 10 years. Are there any more debut bottles left for sale, Mr. Elijah? No more. No more debut bottles are for sale. They all sold out. Thankfully. The label says you need glasses. Dude, JG, listen, man, you're like, what, 58 now? You can't, even if you had young eyes, you can't read that. So don't give me shit already. Would it be funny if they put cheesy gold foil on the bottle and then tagged it as POC so Jason loves it? That'd be diabolical. Diabolical. Okay. All right. So this came with no note, there was nothing in it. Anybody know the price on this? What was it? Is it like $250 if I remember correctly? Anybody know? 56 and I use readers. Bust out that Heaven Hill 22. Oh yeah, I mean, we were testing Heaven Hill 22. Yeah, 250. Okay. So 250. Let's see what we got here. 9.5 years old. I mean, this has that really nice combination of like singed orange peel and a little bit of that, like a dark cherry. Cream soda. Oh man, my nose is super sensitive tonight. You guys are going to be getting some very bespoke tasty notes tonight. 250, dude. Yeah, you know why? Because I'm already thinking in my head 250, and already this smells like just a good Russell's pick. All right, let's give it a try, guys. Cheers. That's right, bespoke outside the star. I said it. Is this the same broker barrel turkey everyone has? Nathan, I would say no, because this doesn't taste like those barrels. I've had those barrels at Barrel King, and this one definitely tastes above those. Those are very lemon, orange, maybe a little ginger snap, and I feel like all of them have that. Some have a little bit more rye spice than others, but this one I do think there's a little bit of an elevated flavor profile here. So the mid palate here is actually pretty nice. It does have a nice viscosity, especially the mid palate, but all these flavors converge all in the right in the mid palate. You get cherry, orange, cream soda, a little bit of rye spice. There's that clove, that vanilla clove combination that Wild Turkey is known for, I think is there too, which makes you believe it's turkey. So I think that's a plus for this. I do think it does have an elevated flavor profile versus some of those barrels that are out there. The more I sip it, the more citrus it's getting. It's almost like it almost comes off like an old fashioned with this really like deep sweetness, cherry, vanilla, again, that cream soda note, or even you could even make a case for like some Sprite, throw a little Sprite in there. But it comes off very, very sweet. Finish, I would say it does have like a lingering spice kick on the finish, which is really good. So here's the thing. Is it good? Yeah. Is it 250 good? No. But maybe it would be if there was nothing else on the market like that. No, it still wouldn't be 250 good. Nope. I mean, man, the most I'd pay for this is maybe 150, maybe 125, but that's if there was no Russell's picks on the market. There are so many great Russell's single barrels on the market that to come into the market at 250 for this at 9.5 years old, when most single barrels are coming in at 8, 9 years old, it's a reach. And this is me being nice about it. I'm trying to be nice. But yeah, it's good. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. I would definitely not pay 250 for this shit. Or single rickhouse CNC? That's a good question, Kenneth. I have B there. That's E. Where the hell is C? What did I do with C? Oh, is it back here? There it is, C. I put C in the back of the bus because I really didn't like it that much, but let's see how it stacks up. So Camp Nelson C. Yep, just making sure that's Camp Nelson C. 112.4 proof. Let's see what we got. The nose on the Pride of Anderson County is actually better. Man, it's so sweet and fruity. It's coming off like a Jolly Rancher almost. So Rickhouse C is darker. It's a darker profile, but it's still not super interesting. Now, obviously, this is oxidized quite a bit. I actually like this. I like the Pride of Anderson County over Single Rickhouse C. Now, I don't know if that's saying much because C, to me, I never liked C. I thought C tasted like like an above average Russell single barrel. But you guys know I'm a kind of a tough test on turkey. So yeah. I just don't think Single Rickhouse C. This is more of a focus on the oak and the baking spice profile that Wild Turkey brings. Whereas this completely leans into just a lot of rich fruit. This is one of those I've only ever had. Maybe there's been several Russell's picks that I've had that get this fruit forward. So they are out there. But yeah, this is a super fruit forward Russell single barrel, basically. Yeah, C is just Matt is putting it mildly. Yeah, I do think that the Pride of Anderson County is better than the C. It's got that going for it, but it still doesn't like wow me like a really good Russell's pick does. So it's at a really weird price point. Plus, if it is true that David Jennings wasn't involved in this, it definitely loses its kind of lost its luster. I think David is what made it special. When that came out and everybody knew David was involved, that's what made it special. That's why everybody trusted it. This without David, if that is the case, it is true. Okay, so no David in this. It's a really good single barrel, solid single barrel, but it's just with all the Russell's picks out there, such good Russell's picks. This at 250 just doesn't really move the needle for me enough. But interesting single barrel, or interesting blend of a single barrel. Whatever they did here, I'm not going to pull out the thing again. But it's pretty solid. It's definitely a lot. It's the most turkey Jolly Rancher ish that I've gotten in a long time. POAC without David is like Kentucky Owl without Dixon. Yeah. What made you decide McGinnis barrels from Missouri should be the cooperage for the drum key barrel, says Oklahoma Jack. That's a great question, actually. It wasn't really. It's not that I had a choice. I mean, I kind of had a choice, but McGinnis makes the French oak barrels for bomb burgers for the PFG. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go with McGinnis. Just because I love the PFG so much. So yeah, that was basically the reason. They really just make beautiful French oak casks. Yeah, it wasn't really any like super deep, deep thoughts by Jack Handy. It was just basically, oh, McGinnis makes the barrels for Michters, those French oak ones. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So that's what they're. I haven't tasted them in a while. I'm actually going to ask for samples here. I'm not sure if Matt Bunch, if you're watching, I'm going to need you to send me some samples of the French oak barrels, the ones that are in the barrel. I know we have ones in the tank, but I want to taste what's happening in those barrels at this point, see where it's going, and I need a bottle of my next blend. So, hey, what's up, Candace? Have you tried the Rust Reserve 1345 yet? I have not yet, spiteful bum. I was hoping I would have a sample bottle from Campari because I got a sample from them for the Austin Nichols Reserve, so I thought I would get a sample of that, but I did not. But I do have a bottle. I was hoping it would be here today, but it was not here today. I think it's actually coming tomorrow. So one day late, damn it, unfortunately. So yeah, it is what it is. Get you some Brown Forman juice for drum key to finish in those French oak casks. Well, I mean, we're finishing turkey in French oak, so that should be interesting. We'll see how that goes. But those are going to have to sit for a little bit. All right, guys, where are we going next? You want to go into the high notes? High notes? Well, actually, before we get into the high notes, let me get into this Green River double oaked. Because let me move the Star Hill Farms over there. So let's go to the bottle cam. Oh, is the bottle cam not on? Bottle cam. There we go. I think the bottle cam's turning on now. There we go. Okay. So Green River sent me this box. Now, I don't know if retail-wise it comes in this box, but this is what I got in the mail. And then when you open it, there's a paper in here, much like the Mars release that Bardstown did. Kind of gives you the lowdown on here. Distillery select, small runs, different approaches, no overthinking it, all the good marketing speak. And then here's the bottle. It's a 375. And as you can see, it says toasted double oak. Toasted double oak. I'm going to ask you guys, is this the first time that we've seen toasted and double oaked used in the same? Like, usually it's toasted or it's double oaked, not toasted double oaked. Is this the first time we're kind of hearing that, or am I going crazy thinking that? Oh yeah, we're gonna get to the Star Hill. Believe me, we're gonna get to the Star Hill. All right. I did pull out the Star Hill from last year to do a comparison. Now, here's the weird thing with Star Hill, though, guys. You're going to have to take my review, at least my first impression, with a grain of salt, because that whiskey last year, that Star Hill Farms, that thing changed every time I went to it. Every time I went back to that bottle, it was different. So I don't know what kind of Harry Potter juju shit they're doing at Maker's Mark with that stuff. America. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to show you guys a close-up bottle here. There you go. Focus up. 115.1 proof, so a nice proof point on this one. There you go. So this is a distillery select. Now, I'm not sure. Judging by the press release, we're going to probably get more of these. So let me actually pull up the press release here. I think I do have it handy. Hold on one second. There we go. Double oaked. All right. Full press release can be found here. Thank you very much. All right. So here are the details, guys. Debut its oldest liquid to date for the first time with the new limited edition series. Toasted double oak bourbon. Green River Distillery Select Toasted Double Oak will debut at the Owensboro Distillery on Saturday, June 20th, and at the Louisville Tasting Room on Friday, June 26th. So there you go. At the Owensboro Distillery, looks like, man, this weekend, this Saturday, and at the Louisville Tasting Room on Friday, June 26th. The Distillery Select Series will showcase some of the best whiskey coming out of this venerable Owensboro Distillery, though different proofs, finishes, or specific rickhouse selections can celebrate the straightforward innovations rooted in tradition. Okay. This starts as Green River's classic bourbon mash bill, 70 corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley. It's 8 years old in the distillery's signature clay tile rickhouses. 13 choice barrels were hand-selected from prime maturations in Warehouse B, where temperatures regularly climb well over 100 degrees. The whiskey then spent 6 months in a secondary barrel, light char and medium toast, New American Oak Barrel from Independent Stave Company, selected to bring wood sugars to the forefront, bottled at 115.1 proof. This already won a double gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition, if you care about that stuff. This is a 375 milliliter bottle. This will be priced at $50, $49.99. So I have not tried this yet, so I'm excited. Let's dive in here. I have not read any tasting notes for this. I have no idea what to expect. So let's see what we got here, guys. It's sweet. Wow, is that sweet? I mean, you talk about toasted marshmallow. Holy shit. Have you tried anything from NDP, Appalachian Barrel Company? Not yet, Rare Breed, but that has been coming up quite a bit. That's a brand I'm going to have to seek out. It actually, I mean, it's kind of weird to say this, but it actually comes off a little bit Buffalo Tracy, where you get a lot of vanilla and cherry on this. Now, Green River does have cherry. I just know from blending with it that you can get some big cherry bombs, but this definitely has a cherry forward nose to it. Rock Hill Farm Sweet? Yeah, probably. Rock Hill Farm Sweet. I get like that, again, like that Swedish fish cherry note. The toasted influence is there. There's definitely some marshmallowy types of vibes there too. Interesting. All right, let's give it a try. Jason, have you tried Preservation Distillery Pot Still Single Barrels, the ones in the dark black bottles? I've had one of those, and it was actually pretty fantastic. All right, let's give it a try, guys. Cheers. I mean, yeah, it's good. Is that like the most unenthusiastic review ever? It's good. It's good. It's good. What's your favorite NDP sourcing MGP? I gotta say Barrel King, right? There are a lot of great NDP sourcing, MGP right now, but it isn't even really MGP I'm looking for. I'm it's these one-offs, like it's like a one-off, like the, when the Barton 18 years came out and the Jim Beam 15 to 20 years were hitting. I think that's what people are looking for these days, but there's still some really great MGP out there, for sure. Bespoke notes tonight. It's good. It's solid. It just, like, it had a very heavy toasted note on it. Okay, second sip was better. So, oh yeah, okay. So, definitely toasted marshmallow, oak, char, sweet oak. The toasted vibes on this just run completely through it. Toasted marshmallow, a little bit of chocolate, is all over this thing. Good spice. It's sweet. I mean, at 115 proof, I thought it would have a little bit better of a finish. The finish kind of drops off a little bit quick. But overall, it's just a, hey, Bourbon Buffalo Lewis here. It just had, Copper. Yeah, Copper and Cass doing some stuff with MGP is pretty fantastic. Yeah, for sure. Sounds tasty. Yeah, Thunder Dan, this is one of those crushable. The more you sip this, the more of the toasted oak comes to the forefront. The toasted oak is 6 months. I mean, that's pretty prevalent for what I'm tasting here. The thing that actually makes this interesting is that little hint of cherry right in the mid palate. But this is like marshmallow, cherry, hint of chocolate, maybe some. You definitely have some oak spice there. But the toasted profile. If you love toasted bourbons, you're gonna absolutely fall in love with this because it gives you all of that with the spice of Green River on top of it, and it's just a crushable pour for $50. I'm not mad at this. It's good. It's a solid little bottle. Something pretty cool that they came out with. Will be interesting to see what else they do with this. But yeah, it's solid. Hey, prescription bourbon here. Feels weird enjoying so much from Green River knowing it was made by someone who got axed. Feels off. Yeah, whiskey habit. I mean, it does suck. But unfortunately, these are the times we're in, man. It is. It's disheartening to see that happening a lot. It's still happening. But as I said, as I went through it 2 weeks ago on my live stream, if you guys did not tune in for last week's live stream, definitely take a watch. I said, I kind of titled it, "Is this the new normal?" Talking about really old bourbons and all these different age statements, people coming out just with a countless amount of high age stated bourbons at premium prices. I think this is going to be the new normal for a little while. And I had mentioned that the numbers, the types of how many barrels are out there, the amount of releases. It literally was kind of a dorky PowerPoint presentation I did last week or 2 weeks ago. So you guys could check that out if you want. I kind of go through all of it. I did a pretty deep dive on the numbers and everything like that. So I think the Jacob Call stuff at Green River is just insanely good too. Hostess cherry snowballs. Are the snowballs the ones with coconut on it? Yeah, I'm not getting coconut on this. Yeah, this is just a really good double oaked. Again, this is probably, you guys know I've been upfront about this. You guys know I'm not a big fan of toasted bourbons, but this is actually pretty damn good. And I'm not just saying it because they sent me a bottle. It's it is what it is. This is pretty good. On the first sip, I really didn't like it. The first sip, I was like, meh, it's got too much of that toasty, aspartame-y type of note that I don't like. But the more you sip it, maybe the more airtime and more it goes away. And just because it just becomes a sweet, crushable, toasted bourbon, which is what you want. And for $50, it's a nice little addition to the shelf. You could crush that. Yeah, I wouldn't say coconut. Hey, what's up, sweet Cindy? Did you review Keepers? Is that Green River significantly better? Keepers. Oh, the Keepers from Maker's Mark? That's actually a good question. I could compare it. I do have Keepers somewhere. I love how you guys come up with these great impromptu comparisons. Keepers. That's Stewards. Keepers. I found that faster than I thought. Ten Virgin Toasted American Oak Staves. Let's check it out. It's the Keepers versus the River. This is why you guys tune in, right? You want to get my my unbiased opinion, right? Man, God, these couldn't be more different. Holy hell! Obviously, Makers is a weeder, so it's got that the weedy funk on top of the toasted funk. I think more people would like the nose on the Green River because it's more marshmallowy, toasty, whereas the Makers is actually, while you get that toasted profile, it feels a little bit more fruit forward. Oh, I forgot how good the Keepers is. The Keepers is one of the better Maker's Mark releases, I have to say. I mean, it's still like not my favorite. It's not a world beater, but for my palate, I like the Green River better just because it's darker. You know, for me, it's always about the darker flavors. The darker it is, the better I'm going to like it. And even though this Green River has a little bit more of a toasted oak presence, it doesn't overwhelm the bourbon like, you know, and I get that fake sugar note. Whereas the Maker's Mark is a little bit more of a fruit forward toasted profile, I think. Yeah, a lot of vanilla too on that. Man, coming off the Green River, this Keepers is just vanilla extract, sugar, again, probably some marshmallow in there too. You can make a case for. But it just gives you, man, I don't know. It's like when you drink the Green River first, then you go back to the Keepers. Then the Keepers is like it's really good. I don't know, like yeah, either one of these two. I think it's kind of nice that the Keepers you could still find, and it's what 60, $70 at most. While this is $50 and a 375. This would be nice if it was actually like a regular release that was a 750. Even a 700 milliliter. We're in the days of 700 milliliters. But yeah, I think if this was on the market as a regular toasted product, this would do really well because it's just a really good toasted product. Well done, Green River. Lots of people coming in here. We have 328 people watching. What's going on, everybody? Nice to see you all. If you're just jumping in right now for all the fun, please hit the like button while you're here. Appreciate it, guys. Definitely helps the algorithm, helps the channel. Thoughts on Heaven Hill 22 versus Wild Turkey Archives. Did I do this last week? Did I do that? Not last week, 2 weeks ago. Didn't we compare them all, or am I crazy that we didn't put it in the mix with that? I'm trying to remember. Hey, Stashes and Snacks. Nice to see you, buddy. 90. Man, thoughts on Heaven Hill 22 versus Wild Turkey Archives. One of my favorite quotes is, and I want to say Jeff Van Gundy, when he was an NBA analyst, said this. Comparisons can be the thievers of joy. Because when you're constantly comparing one whiskey to another, or just comparing anything to another, yeah, it's like, and I get it too, man. We always want to compare. I think bourbon, obviously, it's a different, it's a different thing because two flavor profiles that are high age can be vastly different, and so comparisons, I think, work to that regard. But sometimes I feel like, when you have a low proof whiskey, I think it comes up most with the low proof whiskeys, low proof, high age whiskeys that people compare to big proof points or higher proof points. Like, oh, the high proof one is better. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but it doesn't mean that this lower proof high age whiskey isn't delicious. You have to kind of have it on its own and appreciate it for what it is, rather than immediately being like, compare it to Russell's 15. So, and not that that's the case with Heaven Hill 22 and Archives. I think both of them warrant comparison. You have 22 versus 16 year. I think they're close enough in age. However, I do think they are very different whiskeys, different bourbons. I can, if I have some more left of that sample, I'm not sure if I do or not, but if I do, I'll maybe I could compare it again. But I feel like I did that. But if not, they are very different whiskeys. Heaven Hill 22 leans very much on the oak, the power of the whiskey, some great cherry sweetness in it. The cherry has come out of the 2022. When I first opened it, I wasn't getting a lot of cherry in Heaven Hill 22. Now it's really coming to the forefront for me. So I like that even more. Adds another layer. But I mean, oak, spice, that Heaven Hill funk profile, the nuttiness, the chocolate, the dark black cherry it has now, all of it. And it's like packed up in a very powerful sip. Whereas the Archives, I think, while on its own somewhat powerful, I think it drinks more delicately, yet there's a lot of layers in there. There's a lot of layers to unpack in the Archives because it goes from like that old school, there's definitely a buttery, butterscotchy type of note in that whiskey. And then it eventually kind of culminates with like that quintessential Wild Turkey clove profile. But all in between, you get age, you get oak, you get black cherry, you get butterscotch. There's just a lot to it. But it's just a different profile than Heaven Hill 22. Honestly, if I blinded them both any day of the week, I would probably maybe pick one or the other depending on the day. So I'm not so sure if it's a question of what's better than the other one. I think it's just going to depend on your palate. And I know that seems like a cop-out, but for those two bourbons, that's really what it is. Heaven Hill 22 drank super hot when I had it. To be fair, it was a fresh crack, but I haven't had it since. But she was definitely, she's powerful for sure. WT in it wins from Wild Turkey. Oh, wins for me. Tastes like peanut butter and jelly, which I don't enjoy that profile as much. I think Beacon is better than Heaven Hill 22. Fault Line may be better than both. Fault Line is, yeah. Guys, didn't we compare like Fault Line to the Nashville 24 year last week? Heaven Hill 20. Yeah, we pulled out some bangers last week. Yeah. What's your top 5 10-year-old bourbon, Willow Daily Shorts? Dude, that's so crazy you're bringing that up because literally tonight I was thinking I need to do like an updated 10-year like blind. There you go, Max SNY. Listen, I know the Knicks don't watch this channel. They don't watch this channel. None of the Knicks probably do. But I just want to say real quick, if anybody from within the Knicks organization ever catches this, congratulations. I love all of you guys. You're the greatest. I can't say enough that you made my last insufferable last like 20 years of sports fandom worth it, waiting to see you guys win the championship as a team. So thank you guys so much. And if any of you guys want to come on and drink bourbon with me, let's go. Yeah, so top 5, so to top 10, man. It's a great thing. Maybe we'll do that next week. I'll pick some great 10-year-old whiskeys and we'll go like full head to head. I gotta say the new Peerless 10-year is gonna be up there for me. That's gotta be a top 5. That thing is so impressive for the age. That 10-year, it's an absolute beast. The new Preservation 10-year, love that one. What other like notable 10 years are there? I know there's a lot. I just can't like trying to come to me, trying to think of some more 10-year-old whiskeys. Free tasting for all the Knicks at Uncle Nearest. Jason's the only Knicks fan I don't hate. M10 comes to mind, even though, yeah, that's the only problem, Max, is that the M10 could flavor profile wise get in there, but it's very, it's going to be hard at that proof. Obviously, Jack Daniel's 10, batch 5, which we just cracked tonight, that could probably get in there too. Sagamore 10-year, even though it's a rye, that could be in there. Russell Reserve 10 falling under allocation is kind of wild. Yeah, I think that's just because of all the high age stuff that's coming out, basically. If it is true. Yeah, Jack 10. Yeah, there's a lot of good 10 years. You know what? Willow Daily Shorts, if you have a list of 10 years that you like that you want me to compare next week, leave a comment below, list out a bunch of bottles. I'll see which ones I have, and I will do a full 10-year blind next week. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Brunson giving hope to us short people. That's right. That's right. Hidden Barn 10-year. Very funny, JG. Oh, yeah, Bernheim 10, even though that was... Oh, yeah, the 1924 10-year. This year's would probably make the top 5 as well. Yep. Oh, yeah, McKenna 10. McKenna 10 could probably get in there. What do you think about the 10-year Rittenhouse? We tried that last year, Wayne. I thought it was just a really good, solid rye whiskey. It's very good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's definitely the Rittenhouse profile with more age to it. I think it's good. It's solid. I would recommend picking it up if you love the Rittenhouse profile for sure. That's 1924 B3 was a banger this year. Absolutely. Yeah, the LLME Russells. That would be interesting to put in there. Even though it's only 90 proof, I still think you could probably... Oh, Augusta Buckner's 10-year. That's a good one too. KC10 Blenders Edition. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Put it on the chat. Put it in the comments so I can make a running list. We'll have like an ultimate 10-year throwdown next week. That'll be fun. All right. Okay, let's go next. So we cracked that open. Let's go with the high notes. And then we'll get into the Star Hill Farms maybe after that. Because we have some news to get into. We have some... What else? Just a bunch of stuff. Ardbeg 10-year cast strength. You'll never pick that one out. Dude, I did a full review on the Ardbeg 10-year cast strength. It's one of my favorite releases this year. That thing is delicious. It is so damn good. I mean, obviously, if you like peated stuff. If you don't, stay the hell away. I get it. But that thing is delicious. Yeah, high notes are 10-year. Yep. Jason, do a 10-year poll. A 10-year... Yeah, but... I'd rather everybody just write them down because a poll will take me forever just to make an actual poll. Because there's just too many. I got 2 specific notes on the nose of the high note rye, but I want to wait until you smell it. Okay. All right, guys. So these I got brand new. Thanks to my buddy Top Jimmy for finding these for me. Thank you, Toby, if you're in the chat. So what do we have here? This is the 10-year-old straight bourbon. It's a nice color to it. I mean, we can include this in it. We can include the new riff high notes. Now, I really enjoyed the bourbon last year. Really thought that the cherry really came through or starting to come through on these new riffs. Bourbon rye. Let's go to the camera here. There's the old bottle cam, guys. There it is. New riff high note collection. 10-year Kentucky straight rye whiskey. There it is. 10 years. There you go. Okay. It makes me wonder, though, if they had 10-year stuff last year, why didn't they let it go another year and just do an 11-year? You guys ever wonder that sometimes? Like, it's just always like, here's the 10-year again. Here's a 10-year again. Why don't they go 11-year? It's another year after. Unless they, well, maybe easier said than done. Maybe they they have certain casks selected to be their 10 years, and then once they dump those, they have to wait for more to become 10 years. So maybe that's the case, but I don't know. I always just think, like, why wouldn't you go another year if it's another year after? Maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, I mean, could be, Kenneth, but I don't know. I just always like to see a progression. I just wish distillers would do that more, where it goes like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You just kind of see that progression. We've gotten that with Jack in a way. If you're a follower of a specific craft distillery and you've been with them forever, you get like we were talking about Driftless Glen earlier, and you could taste the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10 year now after all these years and how much it's evolved. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Sagamore. Same way. Sagamore does it, which I love. So, okay. I'm going to start with the bourbon first, because when you do the bourbon, then I want to do the rye, and then I want to crack open the Michter's rye, because this Michter's rye 10-year single barrel for 2026, I've heard some really impressive reviews for it. So we'll see. See what we get. All right, let's go with the bourbon here. I hope New Riff makes a 10-year shelfer product. Pretty sure they are dropping 11-year this year. 2 is oncoming whiskey, says Barry. Okay, there you go. So these were, I believe, $125 for these, I think was the retail. Yeah, Pinhook does that. Pinhook. So here's the thing, though. Pinhook does the progression, the vertical with, source bourbon from MGP. And I feel like everybody's had MGP at different ages. So, I mean, it's cool, but it's like, okay, 8-year MGP, 9-year MGP, 10, yeah, I get it. New Riff, this is one of those distillers that we've seen age up all these years. Just to kind of cool to see that progression. Oh, Old Overhaul. Well, I mean, Beam can probably do that with any of their lineup. They honestly can. I would love to see them do that with Booker's. They would never do it. But could you? So Booker's right now is averaging about 7 years. It'd be cool if we had like Booker's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 going up. That's what I thought the Booker's Reserves was going to be. But it ended up being something totally different. But I thought that's what we were going to get with the Booker's Reserves. We were going to get like a vertical age-stated series with Booker's Reserves, and we're just going to go up and up and up and up. And man, we're going to be at Beam this summer with at the Blitz, so maybe I'm going to bring that up to Fred No, see how fast he smacks me down. My daddy liked his Booker 6 to 8 years. The nose. Kenneth Rathburn, yeah, that's fine. Anybody can make that argument that Booker'd be rolling in his grave, but don't you already think he did that after they finished it in tequila? And now they're going to be adding cinnamon flavored stuff to it too? Come on. It's already, if Booker isn't already rolling in his grave, come on. He already has. Now let's get some age statements out there. Top Jimmy with the super chat of the night. Compare the new Riff Decade bottles from last year to this year. Okay. Beam's got the stocks to do Booker's. Yeah, Booker's. There's old age Bookers in the latest little book, so they have it. They have the stock. Oh, I agree, Stashed and Snacks. That Booker's wasn't as bad, but Booker No apparently said, "Don't mess with my Bookers," and they put tequila in it. So I think him coming out with a higher age stated Booker's, he probably would be more okay with that than finishing it in tequila and cinnamon flavored crystals, whatever the hell they're putting in it. Okay. All right, so on the nose for the bourbon. Yeah, I mean, this is it's very New Riffy. Gingerbread cookie for sure. So I'm definitely getting some ginger, some cinnamon, very warming, a lot of baking spice. I love Booker's, and that tequila finish travesty shouldn't have been Little Book. Booker's is meant to be 6 to 8 years old cask strength bourbon. I think Booker would agree with you, sir. Bourbon and tequila, best of both worlds. Cinnamon not needed. Sweet Cindy. I mean, seriously, what are we going to get next with Booker's Reserves? A freaking creamsicle flavored one? Like, is it going to become like? Oh my god! I don't even want to put that idea in the universe. Yeah, this is very baking spicy, which I kind of dig. There is some sweetness there, but it's way more savory to me. Again, yeah, 10 years, 116.9 proof. Forgot if I did not say that yet. Okay, let's give it a try. Cheers. Oh, I like that a lot, actually. Ooh, it's dark. It's dark. I don't remember the last one being that dark. Hold the phone. New riff. Where are you? Ah, crap. These were in order. That's the Lost in Redbreast. New riff. Aren't you guys proud of me that I put all these in alphabetical order so I could find them easier? Man, did that take a minute. That took a minute. That took a minute to do that. My goodness. And when I say a minute, I mean hours. Trying to organize floor whiskey. All right, so this is last year's high note. So now, do you question the 11-year yummy 10-year for our tummy? So now do you question the 11-year? I'm so proud you didn't go down. Yeah, that's what most people are proud of. I didn't fall on my ass. No, they're pretty similar. But are they that similar on the palate though? Let me try. I'm gonna try last year's. I like this year's. This year's feels older. It feels like an 11, 12-year-old whiskey. Oh man. There's brown sugar. There's like a dark toffee note, all mixed in with this heavy baking spice. I drank a sample of Booker's Reserve 2025 this evening, courtesy of another whiskey tuber. It had a hell of a nose and was very flavorful. However, I couldn't catch a tequila vibe. Yeah, Plush Mike, it's subtle, the tequila on it. I'm not a tequila guy, but I felt like I could taste the tequila, maybe just because I'm a little bit more sensitive to it, because I just don't really have tequila a lot. But I actually do feel like it wasn't terrible. It actually worked kind of well. And I think a lot of people did really like it, and a lot of people having a hard time, saying like it was, that they liked it. It was really good. Have you revisited the old Swagger, old stubborn bottles at all since your review, Mr. Elijah? I have not been back to them. Maybe once I was back to them. Joseph Royal, Green River, really good toasted bourbon. If you like toasted bourbons, that's going to be a really good one to add to your collection. It's marshmallow heavy. It's got a cherry note in it. It is everything you love about toasted bourbons. So, without going overboard. So I do like it. And for $50, it's a solid pickup. It's very crushable. I wouldn't overpay for it though. But I enjoy the Reserves 25. Oh, there you go, Stash Snacks. Oh man, there's a flavor in there. There's something very different about this high note. It's like borderline raisin. I think that's what it is. It's like, maybe it's like golden raisin, not the, like the, like the yellow raisins. I feel like it's like a golden raisin I'm picking up on this bottle. There's this very concentrated sweetness that I'm getting right on the mid palate, which really helps with how baking spice forward this is. I mean, cinnamon, nutmeg, all of it. Great spice here. Black pepper. The dark fruit is there, but I feel like it's way darker than last year's. Yeah. I think last year's is sweeter. And when I say sweeter, I mean more of a candy vibe, which I think that's why a lot of people liked it last year, is because it actually gave kind of like stag vibes in a way, without the super high proof. Cherry, powdered sugar, more cherry, some oak char. But this year it goes into a much richer oak profile. Oak, dark, brown sugar, almost a There's almost like this roasted pecan note on the mid palate too, to go along with all these baking spices, and again, like that golden raisin note. This is really nice. I picked up the ECBP rye. Oh, there's a B526 rye came out? Holy shit. Had no idea. Better late than never, I guess. Yeah, I like Booker's Reserves 2024. I thought it was very good. I think between the two, I really like this year's a little bit better. Again, guys, when my palate goes towards darker flavors. So this one's darker. I'm kind of going towards that one. I think last year's was sweeter. If you like a sweeter, more candy type of whiskey, I think you'll excuse me, I think you would enjoy last year's probably more. So, yeah, there you go. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's go to the rye now. I'm gonna need some Mando water. Dude, I imagine Heaven Hill looks like an Amazon fulfillment center with all the freaking releases. Dude, Heaven Hill is Jim Beam this year. The amount of releases coming out from Heaven Hill each and every week is insane. Anybody in the chat grab an Elijah Craig 21 year that dropped? I was really tempted to grab one on secondary for a review, but once I read it was only 94 proof, I'm like, 94 proof Elijah Craig 21 year, and there's still Knob Creek, and there's still Elijah Craig 21, and there's still Knob Creek 21 years that you could just walk in and buy for, for way under that, still laying around. And I really like Knob Creek 21. So, and it's 100 proof versus 94 proof from Elijah Craig. So I don't know. I couldn't do it. If somebody else reviews it, fine, but I'm happy not buying that bottle. I'm good with it. Well, Richie Z, you're not going to see Elijah Craig 21 because it's distillery only. I don't know if they're rolling that out to stores at all, but it's distillery only, if I remember correctly. I grabbed one, just got back from Louisville about an hour ago, so haven't cracked it yet. Got their last one today. Matt Shack, nice. Cantering stats, and the KC21 is definitely closer to cast strength. Yeah. KC21 for the win. Jason ECVP B526 rye stats. 115.6 proof and 10 years, 8 months. Okay. I get down with that. Just not into low proof whiskey, especially high price low proof whiskey, says Bourbon Buffalo Lou. Yeah, if I was able to get a sample of it, yeah, I would try it. But I don't think I'm going out of my way to purchase that bottle unless it's at retail at some point. So. And then, what was the other one? Then they did the Deatsville release, which was only available at the distillery through a tour. So that was the only way to get the Deatsville release. But now they have, I'll tell you, the one release I really, really want from Heaven Hill is that Phoenix release coming out. They're releasing a Phoenix one, which, what is it, an 18-year-old whiskey, 18-year-old bourbon that has a little bit of maybe a little drop or two of some old Bernheim stuff, and then there's a heavy char. It was aged in heavy char barrels, or at least portions of it, something like that. I'm trying to remember what the label was, but that sounds incredible, and I cannot wait to try that one. That's the one I'm looking forward to. Happy to skip Deatsville. Happy to skip Elijah Craig 21. We already had Elijah Craig 15 that was 100-plus proof this year. I can drink those all day long. But that Phoenix, if you guys haven't heard about this release yet, look it up on the TTB or Coming Whiskey on Instagram. Phoenix label sounds incredible. So Cam reviewed Eagle 21. He liked it. Okay. Did he like it more than the 15 though? You hear about the Lost Lantern 50 distillery blend, a distillery from each staff. Oh, yeah, we could talk about that here a little bit. If you guys have not heard about this, check this out. This is This is pretty wild. First time doing this. This is all about Lost Lantern. Here they are. So Lost Lantern is doing a project where they are. It includes whiskey from all 50 states. That's right. Lost Lantern unveiled the first bourbon blended with components from all 50 states, bringing together distillate from producers across the country in one of the most ambitious blending projects in American whiskey history. It's called the United States of Bourbon Collection, debuts with 3 expressions, a 100 proof release, a cask strength edition, and a limited 1776 edition created to commemorate America's 250th anniversary. The United States of Bourbon has truly been years in the making, has been part of the vision for Lost Lantern since before we launched the company, said Adam Polinsky, co-founder and head of whiskey sourcing at Lost Lantern. From the earliest stages of dreaming up Lost Lantern, we envisioned crafting a 50-state blend to showcase the diversity and breadth of bourbon. The most limited release is the United States of Bourbon 1776 edition, a one-time only blend featuring bourbon from the original 13 states that form the United States, bottled at 121.4 proof. The expression is limited to only 1,776 hand-numbered bottles and priced at $200 a piece. Now, the flagship United States 100 proof expression is bottled at 100 proof, and the cask strength version is bottled at 122.9 proof. That will be $100. The 100 proof one is $80. Both expressions feature that 50-state blend with whiskey components ranging from 2 to 10 years old. So there you go. Pretty cool. That is, I can only imagine the amount of work that was to blend 50 different distillates, but you have 2 years to 10 years. So you don't even have super big age statements on there, but with the kind of the juxtaposition between the young whiskey and the high age whiskey, probably pretty interesting. I think that released today. Good interview with them on this week's Whiskey Cast podcast. If you're interested, I'll check that out. All right, let's go to the rye here. Ooh. Oh, this rye smells fantastic. Oh, what is that? Don't believe the hype. Yeah, Lost Lantern has been on the forefront of sourcing some really, I mean, in a way, they were kind of you had, I don't know, it's like you have sourcers, but then you have like independent bottlers, and I feel like that's what Lost Lantern was, more like an independent bottler rather than someone that just sourced stuff and threw it in a bottle. So, oh man, that's really sweet. So for a rye whiskey, did I put it out in the universe earlier when I said creamsicle? Because it's definitely giving me like orangey dreamsicle vanilla vibes on this, which is kind of nice. Lots of, like, for a rye, this has a lot of vanilla for me. Vanilla, yeah, tons of vanilla, and yeah, orange. The old Fred Flintstone push pop that I used to get from the Ice Cream Man growing up. It's always intrigues me when the distillery does an annual release and every year it's a year older. Like, damn, how big was that one batch? Says Andrew. Yeah, this smells fantastic. Like, this is right now it's coming off like a bourbon drinker's rye. Let's try it. Oh, not as creamsically on the palate. On the palate, this is all rye spice, man. Probably a little bit of dildo. Sorry, just messing with you guys. Definitely some dill. Mint, powdered sugar, orange for sure, black pepper for days. Little cardamom in there too for me, especially on the back end. All right, second sip, I got more of the creamsicle notes for sure. Again, just a really good rye. This is somewhere in between like Sagamore 8 year and Sagamore 10 year. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the 9 year, but it is like there's a good amount of sweetness here for me, but there's also some heavy rye spice. So it just like gives me like that Sagamore vibe where you have the high rye and the low rye. So Kenneth says, yeah, it's a dreamsicle and cream soda bomb. Yeah, I could totally see cream soda for sure. For me, it's a lot of vanilla on that for a rye, which is really good. If I was picking on one of the two, I might go with the bourbon according to your review. Yeah, the bourbon here is really nice. Now the rye whiskey compared to last year's, I think last year leans more into the there's not I don't think there's nearly as much orange in last year as there was this year. Um, Last year I blended the rye and the bourbon. Oh, we're gonna do that. We're definitely doing that. Oh man, when it comes to the rye, I don't know which one I like better. They are different though. They're both very good. I think this year's is a little bit more drying on the palate versus last year's. I think last year, again, much like the bourbon's a little bit sweeter, but I do think the rye from this year has a few more layers going on. But I think it is more rye heavy. So yeah, if I had to pick one of the two, I would definitely go bourbon. If you're not looking to buy, if you're looking to buy maybe one of them, OG namesake distillers have been rolling in their graves since they started releasing shit like cinnamon whiskey. The toothpaste is out of the tube, says Andrew. Cam like DC 21 better than HH 22. Really? Elijah Craig 15 and Elijah Craig 18. Split decision with KC 21. Preferred Evan Williams 23 best. I could see Evan Williams 23. Evan Williams 23. Sally, I don't have that anymore. I finished the one bottle I had. That is probably the most impressive high age whiskey I've had. A lot that Evan Williams 20. But to say he liked 21, he liked that Elijah Craig 21 better than Heaven Hill 22. That's surprising. I'm gonna have to message him about that. Cam, if you're watching, get in the chat and explain yourself. I'm gonna have to. I want details on that. I mean, if he liked it more than the 15, that's fair. The 18, the 18 isn't really that good anyway. That doesn't. 15 surprises me, and Heaven Hill 22 really surprises me that he would like that over 22. So, okay. Let me put this aside. So this is a blend of the bourbon and the rye. He made a whole video. Oh, he did, Nathan. Okay, I'll have to watch the whole video. I didn't watch the whole video. Well, let me put these back here. All right. So here in the meantime, I'm going to do the Star Hill Farms, and I'm going to have this sit a little bit while I go through a couple of news stories because I just feel like this Star Hill Farms, just going off of last year, needed some airtime before it really started to sing. So let's see what we got here. Said Knob 21 drinks thin. I do think Knob Creek 21. I think it does drink thin. I think I actually even said that on my review that it does drink thin. I do wish it had more viscosity. But yeah. All right, I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to put this right in front of there. Just let it. Man, that's dark. Look at that. That's nice. Check that out. I got it in the wheat class. You guys see the wheat? Said knob. Yeah, I do think knob 21 drinks thin, but it still doesn't make it bad. I think it's still good, but it is thin. Okay. Let's go to a couple of news stories here. We already talked about the Lost Lantern. What else? You guys hear about this release? Pursuit Spirits. That's right. Pursuit Spirits is coming out with a collab with none other than Meat Church. So, Bourbon Pursuit's craft whiskey blender, founded by the hosts of Bourbon Pursuit podcast, today announced the first ever collab with Meat Church Barbecue, Pursuit and Meat Church Honey Hog Barrel Bourbon. This cross-category release translates the flavor profile of Matt Pittman's iconic Honey Hog seasoning into a 105 proof honey finished bourbon created specifically to pair with smoked meats rather than competing with traditional dessert-style whiskeys. The project was initiated in October 2025 when Pittman introduced the blenders to Tim Burleson of Burleson's Honey, family-owned and operated in Waxahachie, Texas since 1907. He provides source-certified premium wildflower honey, establishing a rare, completely traceable farm-to-barrel origin story for the release. So the whiskey delivers sweetness as bold as the pit that inspired it, said Pittman, founder of Meat Church Barbecue. And 105 proof, the viscous finish brings a powerful rush of baking spices, intentionally dialed up to cut through the heavy smoke and fat. It is the ultimate tabletop companion for smoked pork butt or spare ribs. So there you go. This will be available in limited quantities at the Pursuit Spirits retail shop on Whiskey Row in Louisville starting July 1st for $79.99 and will roll out across Texas retail outlets and online via Sealbox shortly after. So there you go, guys. I'm excited about this one. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love I love eating smoked meats. So why not pair it with some bourbon, some of the honey hog? It sounds great. Speaking of Bookers, I know we were kind of diving in. Look at the newest Bookers. If you guys haven't heard of this one yet, it's actually called Milkshake. That's right. Beam's new Milkshake bourbon is inspired by a family dessert tradition. On Wednesday, Booker's Bourbon announced its second 2026 release, a limited batch inspired by Booker No's habit of spiking chocolate malted milkshake with a generous pour of bourbon, according to the brand. The new expression, Booker's batch, milkshake batch, is bottled uncut, unfiltered at 124.4 proof and aged 7 years, 6 months, and 12 days. Booker eventually started upgrading the milkshakes with bourbon, a tradition that the brand says is continued by Fred and his son, 8th generation master distiller Freddie No. The nose carries vanilla and spice, while the palate is described as bold and full flavored with a long lingering finish. I mean, again, can Jim Beam be any more vague with the tasting notes? Listen, if you're gonna name a batch milkshake, chocolate milkshake, that Booker's better be a chocolate bomb. If you bring that out and it's called milkshake and everybody drinks it and it tastes like peanut shell, that's going to be rather disappointing. I don't know about you guys, but whether you like Booker's or you don't like Booker's, when you call something milkshake, that thing better be chocolatey, sweet, and delicious. If they release it and it's just like any other Booker's where it tastes like peanut shells, that's going to suck. So I'm going to buy milkshake when I see it, and I really do hope it lives up to that name. Barbecue Ed, we will definitely need Barbecue Ed to test the Honey Hog Pursuit, thing, combination. Well, I'm very excited for the Meat Church blend, just ending getting the Ocho, which is 8 of their seedings, amazing stuff. So I think we're gonna have Pursuit Spirits on once they release it, and we'll be talking about it. It definitely needs to bring all the guys to the yard. Have you had Little Book 10? Yeah, Stash and Stacks did a whole review on it. I actually really like Little Book 10 year. I just wish it had a little bit more of the sherry. And if anybody else has had Little Book 10 in the chat, let me know what you think of it. I thought that I got more toasted vibes to it, while the sherry finish, I thought was lacking, because I love Jim Beam when it has a dark fruit note, and I've said that repeatedly. And I was looking for more of the sherry. I feel like I got the sherry more on the nose than I did on the palate, and I wanted more of it on the palate. It didn't quite get there. It was still a delicious blend. It's probably still a top 5 Little Book, but I just wanted more sherry in it. Pursuit, Ryan C. and Kenny. That's right. My problem with Booker's is the cost and what to do with the dang case it comes in. Jeff Winbush just turned into a planter. Flip that thing up, flip that sumbitch upside down, throw some soil in it, put some basil, some fresh parsley, whatever you want to grow. Makes a great planter box. Tasting notes: liquid, warming, tasty. Yeah, like, that's the thing. If you're naming something milkshake, I don't want to see tasting notes that say, what does it say? The nose carries vanilla and spice, while the palate is bold, full-flavored, with a long, lingering finish. No, that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear it's the most chocolate-forward Booker's we've ever released. It's delicious and decadent and all this stuff, but no, that's not what we get. That is not what we get, unfortunately. Feel like Booker's is the bourbon version of Blue Label, higher price and flashy bottle that people not into whiskey gravitate to. Albert, yeah, I mean, I could see that. The only caveat I would have to that is, like, people that are not into whiskey that gravitate towards Booker's. That's not always the case. Booker's is still a very high proof whiskey. I mean, you're looking upper 120s to even the 130s sometimes. I don't really see that as like a beginner bourbon or a new drinker's bourbon. However, I think the fact that it's been around so long, whiskey nerds like us tend to overlook it just because we see 2 to 4 releases, 2, 3, 4 releases a year. And it's just, we get inundated with these. And it's hard finding those special batches in between. Freddie Mo told me that the bottle will open more on the sherry flavors. Did he really, Big Vic? He called you? Yeah, I believe that as much as the fact that I'm 6'4". Let's talk about it. Russell's 13. That's right, guys. It's here. And I should have a review, I'm hoping tomorrow. If it hits my mailbox tomorrow, I will film a very quick review for you guys. But yeah, this is the latest edition. We've talked about this. I mean, we've been talking about this when it comes to the latest stuff coming out of from Wild Turkey. Let me pull up the press release here. Was this on? Where was this? No, that's not it. I believe it was. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Russell's Reserve to honor Eddie Russell's 45th anniversary. I think we talked about this a little bit, guys, but just to kind of give a quick recap here. The spring 2026 release of Russell Reserve 13 will feature a commemorative label offering a nod to Eddie's 45 years of whiskey making mastery. Beginning this month, the highly allocated Russell Reserve 13 will be available in limited quantities at select retailers for $200 SRP per 750 milliliter bottle. For news of how to purchase, sign up for the Russell Reserve newsletter at russellreserve.com. They're actually, so while we were filming, Dad actually pulled an 18-year-old barrel and we tasted it together. Of course, it was exceptional. That barrel ended up in this year's 13-year-old release. It was just one of those moments that felt so true to who Dad is and what he does best. To have that captured on camera and that barrel in this year's release makes it even all the more meaningful. 121.2 proof and shaped by the nuances and this production season. It's full-bodied profile, including special selections by Eddie, crafted to be savored, shared, and celebrated. So now there will be a documentary called His Own Way, the story of Eddie Russell, which will trace Eddie's journey from his earliest days at the distillery to his lasting influence today. So I think, trying to remember where that's going to be showing. I think it's going to be showing it like private or like small small movie theaters at first, but then it'll expand out after that. President's Choice just came back out last week, so I don't know if any of you guys in the chat get lucky enough to snag one here on the for the drop. Let me know in the chat. Always excited to see that. This is me personally. I'm more excited for the Rise versus the Bourbon, to be honest. At this point, love these Rise. The bourbons to me, I think, are usually good, but those high aged Rise at cask strength are usually pretty special. So love seeing those come out. So anybody get lucky in the chat? Anyone? I grabbed the PC Rye, says Nathan. Of course you did. I got an OFPC Rye 9.5 the year, 113 proof. Okay, very cool. Nathan, you got to test that against the drum key ride cymbal. See how it stacks up. Ride cymbal. When I made this blend, the President's Choice Rye was the template. Yeah, when I made ride cymbal, that PC Rye was the template. That was like what I wanted to try to create. Because I just love that profile. So hopefully see how that one goes, if you guys get that. Yeah, President's Choice bourbons are like 1924 on steroids. Britannica, that's a great way to put it. Drum key, gonna slap PC around. I had the bourbon in my car and then backed out and decided against it, says John Legalvo. Okay. The OFPCs will be available this week, says Top Jimmy. Keep me posted on a ride, Top Jimmy, if you come across one. Not sure. Oh, James Lake. Remember when Russell Reserve 13 was $79.99? Yeah, remember that? This is a great call out. This thing was $80 when it first came out. Now it's $200. So, all right, I'm gonna try the blend here real quick. This is the New Riff blend. Yeah, good, not great. Current PC bourbon is kind of meh. I got 2 PC bourbons and 2 Ryes on the way. It says Appalachian bourbon. Damn, dude. You got 2 of them? Shit. All right. Let's pour last year's. Can't wait to try this. Someone probably got fired for... Wait, what is that? Somebody probably got fired for underpricing the first Russell 13 so much. Maybe. I feel like that was before... Oh, I didn't try the Michter's 10 year yet. Oh, well. We'll do Star Hill Farms first. All right, guys. Here's the new Star Hill Farms. There it is. American Wheat Whiskey 2026. Pretty much the same label, except we have a 2026 on it. There are the details. I'll kind of pull up 116.4 proof. I'll pull up the quick I think the information on this one here. Where'd it go? Where the heck did that go? Where'd I get that wheat picture from? Oh, there it is. Maker's Mark. Okay, the release follows. Okay, marketing. The 2026 expression is a blend of 7 and 8-year-old whiskeys built from 2 mash bills, one made entirely of malted wheat and the other combining wheat and malted barley. The final composition emphasizes layered grain character and increased complexity compared to the 2025 debut. It's a bold statement. And then the rest is all about regenerative farming and all this other shit that I don't understand. So, okay. Big props to William H. McBrayer. Bought a bottle of the 250th annual recognition. They damaged the boxes with the protective sleeves and offered to replace all of them that were damaged. Yeah, I mean, McBrayer, you're going to get a top-notch experience. So, was there only a spring Russell 13 release last year? Are they transitioning to spring and fall? So, great question, Eric. I believe... I still do think we're going to see 2 releases, a spring and a fall release eventually. I just think the way it fell was the spring release, which was kind of the new label, but then the next one after it was going to be this special 45th anniversary. So I just think the timing was weird, but I think eventually we will see two Russell's 13s, a spring and a fall, unless something crazy happens. So, Russell's Reserve 13 rye, please. Oh yeah, that would be good. All right, let's try this now. Again, last year, take this review with a grain of salt, guys. Last year when I tried this at first, I was not crazy about it. It did not get good until it got like here, like right past the shoulder. That's when it really opened up and took shape. So, I mean, what am I getting in this now? Oh man. See, it's still carrying out that strawberry character. That's the thing I love with Star Hill Farms. Let's see what we get in the 2026. Here we go, guys. Oh, this is different. It's more, man, that is that is a malted rye all day long, man. I'm sorry, not malted rye, malted characteristic, malted wheat, not malted rye. Sorry, that was confusing. It's that maltiness that comes through the there's a bready, almost dark chocolate vibe that it has from that maltiness. Not as fruit forward on this one. Oh yeah, 2026 has a. Again, I'm wondering if it's just the way it's opening up here, but the 2025, man, it's got that vibe to it. So yeah, this to me is a little bit more on the malty side. Let's give this a try here. So yeah, interesting. So okay, this is a completely different whiskey to me than last year. Truly, there might be shades of similarities, but first impression is very, very different. Whereas the wheat whiskey last year, the 2025, again, came off very, for lack of a better term, very wheat whiskey forward. A lot of wheat grain, a lot of that honey, maybe some bright fruit there, but not a lot. It really took it to opening up before that those flavor profiles really bloomed. This comes off immediately a lot darker to me. There's also, in a way, it's more weedy, but darker weedy. It's almost like the difference between like an IPA versus like a porter, like in like beer terms. Does that make sense? Where you got, or like I know what this like tastes more like, a dark German beer. Have you ever been to like a German, like here in Columbus, we have Hofbrauhaus. I know it's a chain. I think there's more Hofbrauhauses everywhere. But if you've ever been to like a German beer garden, and they usually will have a dark German beer. That's what this tastes like. It tastes like a dark German beer to me. So like dark, roasty. I wouldn't say chocolatey. Maybe a little chocolatey. But it's more toasty than it is chocolatey. Yeah. Yeah, like a Dunkelweizen. Yep. Yeah, Dunkel. Yep. That's it, Caleb. It's a Dunkel beer in the 2026. It's exactly what it is. Oh my god, that just like hit me, like just smacked me in the face. Like it really does taste like that. Now let me go back to the 2025. Oh, I like the 2025 better. And this is This is kind of weird for me because I usually like darker. But in this case, the 25 is the... because it's got like this strawberry, almond, honey combination in the Star Hill 2025 that is so delicious. And it still has it, even with this little bit of whiskey in it. Holy crap, it's so good. And the 2026, now again, I'm going to let this open up before I do a full review. That's what I like to do usually. But this, yeah, Reese Mash. Yeah, you're absolutely right. 2025 got really good with air. Yep. I'm actually drinking the 2025 now. It has a strawberry cream lifesaver kind of vibe. I love it. James Lay, yeah, that's absolutely what it is. Strawberry cream saver. Lifesavers cream saver, strawberry, yeah. It's like strawberries and cream in a glass. The 2026... I can't get that beer out of my head. It's darker, and I usually like darker, but in this case, I don't like the darker version of it. I like the brighter, fruit-forward, almond, strawberry, honey in this version, in the 25. It's not to say the 26 is bad. It's still good. I mean, I think Star Hill Farms is going to be one of those releases where each release is going to be a little different, and it's either going to hit for some people or it's going to... I could see some people liking this more than this one, but I think this is going to be more universal. And when I say this one, I mean the 2025. I think 2025 is going to be more universally loved, but there's going to be a pocket of drinkers that are going to like 2026 a little better because of that darkness. Yeah, it just doesn't have that layer to it. It's very wheat forward, but then it does have that dark beer, Dunkel, German beer type of profile to it to me. It gives me like that German dark beer aftertaste. Totally. That's totally what it is. Like, drink this with like a good Reuben or something, and you're basically at like a German beer house, like a beer garden, for sure. That's what it is. Wow, interesting. I'm actually more intrigued than disappointed seeing like how different these two are. It's kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't know. Like I think deep down, I kind of wish that the 2026 was a darker version of what we got in 2025. However, while it did get darker, it's missing the strawberry cream saver vibe, if you will. So I would have to agree. I think 2025 is still the GOAT of the Star Hill Farms releases so far. Yep. Just a different mash bill. Different mash bill, Tim. 2026 gives me a weirdness on the back end that ruins it. Wheat funk. Yeah, Wayne, I think that's what, if you've ever had a dark German beer, it comes off very hoppy. It's not hops, obviously, but like that hoppiness that dark Dunkels have, but a roasted dark type of hoppiness. That's what I feel like I'm getting on this. So a pass. I can't say yet if it's a pass, but man, off of first impression, I would have to say, if you were completely built up by the deliciousness of the 2025, I think you're going to be disappointed in the 26. Unfortunately, if you buy it. It's just not the same whiskey. It's a different whiskey. It really is. Just a different profile. But I think that's what we're going to expect with these. I think these are going to be different each and every year. They're going to pull from different areas of the farm, different mash bills, different percentages. That's what they said they're going to do with this. So I think some years we're just going to have good. Some years we're going to have very good. Some years we're going to have meh. Unfortunately, I think 2026, even though we've only had two of them, I think 2026 compared to last year is going to be meh for a lot of people. Is it solid? Yes. Is it as good as last year's? Hell no. Last year's is better. It's better. Does the red winter wheat contribute to the fruit notes? It's a great question. I don't know because I don't often get a lot of this much strawberry in other makers' marks. So it's either the varietal of wheat that they're using, maybe where they're growing it, that's giving it this type of strawberry cream savor type of vibe to the 2025. The 2026 just feels like everything that's like a weeded bourbon have, and then everything was like roasted, like in a freaking air fryer. It's just darker and a little bit more bitter. It's a little bit more bitter too, because you get that bitterness on a German dark beer too a little bit. So, oh, Jason, you can't talk beer, my man. Why? Does that make you want a beer, Shemi? Hey, what's up, Donald Rance? Nice to see you, man. It's been a minute. Halfway through the 2025, I think it's gotten better since last year. Yeah, the 2025 does that. The 2025 just ends up taking off and being absolutely delicious. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does have a nice sweetness to it. It does. It's just a different sweetness. But I think what made 2025 so special was that strawberry, that cream savor note, man. This one doesn't have it. It's a little bit more wheat forward, darker, all of it. But we'll see how it opens up over a little bit of time here. I'm going to probably have a couple more pours tomorrow and Friday until we do a full review. I'll do a full video review on this one. I won't do a short because I just think people are interested in how these compared. There's a lot to break down between these two. So yeah. There you go, guys. Star Hill Farms 2025. 2025 Star Hill Farms was special. All right, guys. We're going to crack open the Michter's 10-year, and then it's time to pick a wild card. We're going to have a wild card slot still open and Blendageddon 8. And we are going to be choosing that tonight. It is Jeffrey Wack versus Bo's Wine Guy. Who's going to take it in the blind? We'll find out shortly. All right, let's see what all the hype is about Michter's 10-year rye. Is the hype real? Is it not real? Jason, price and availability. So Star Hill Farms is... Hey, where's the... This press release doesn't have a price on here. Interesting. I think it's still like $110 if I'm correct. $100. There you go. $100. And here, Star Hill Farms was a weird release last year, guys, because Star Hill Farms was very allocated, at least here in Ohio. There wasn't. I think it only dropped via lottery, if I remember correctly. And Ohio folks, you guys can correct me if that's true. But I don't remember seeing it around at all. So I think certain folks are going to have Star Hill Farm. It's just kind of a weird release. Amy Bohm in the house. Buy all day, I think, at $100. Yeah, I don't know, man. Whiskey knows I'm gonna have to let that open up a little bit. Star Hill Farms isn't allocated in some places. I've never seen a bottle in person. Yeah, it is kind of weird. The availability of it. I don't think I've ever heard of Star Hill Farms in Minnesota, much less seen a bottle, says Stephen A. Yep. It's a Maker's Mark release. Yeah, Keith Stepanski, wonky. Wonky's a good way to put it, for sure. Wonky's a great way to put it. Okay. Before we get into the Michters, let's go to the bourbon meme of the week. We have two of them this year. We have two of them today. First one is from, oh man, I forgot who posted this. Somebody posted this on my Discord. It just basically shows, it's kind of a funny like newspaper cartoon. Bourbon samples, yes, and then therapy. The guy's kind of bored. So I thought this one actually kind of cracked me up. I mean, if I went to a convention and there was a table with bourbon samples, yeah, I'd be on that line, and therapy would probably be kind of empty. Um, and because the return of Rush came back the last week and a half, I have, so literally, guys, the last last 2 weeks, all I've been watching is footage from the Rush concerts and Nick's highlights. That has been my entire consumption for the last like week and a half, and it's been glorious. But somebody made this, and I laughed so hard because this is, in a way, this is so true. I think this has changed a little bit, but it still holds very true. Annika Niles sets a new world record as the first female to attend a Rush concert. It's kind of true. I honestly, I'm trying to remember the last time I went to a Rush concert. I mean, it's been years since my last Rush concert and seeing a female there. But the fact that they have a female drummer might actually bring some more female fans in. I think this is brilliant. Whoever made this, it's killer. She is absolutely crushing it. If you guys like Rick Beato on YouTube, I highly recommend you going and watch the interviews with Geddy, Alex, and Annika. What Annika did to learn the songs and how she had to retrain herself and pretty much remake her entire drum kit. Her drum kit is never really that big, but to get all the sounds that Neil used to use, is absolutely incredible. Her discipline, everything she did to learn those songs, just blew me away. And the set list that they did. They opened with Xanadu. They're playing La Via Stringato, it's like a marathon of drumming, even just to play that song on your own. But to do that in the middle of a concert when you're playing other songs like Tom Sawyer, YYZ, and all these other songs, it's ridiculous. Annika is a revelation, and I know there is still a contingency of Rush fans that will hold it against Rush for bringing her into the fold to be part of Rush, because it's never going to be the same without Neil. And that's true. But the thing I'll say about Rush is Rush has sustained popularity because they've always had different periods. There's different periods of music that they've created, and whether or not you like that period or dislike that period, it's what makes them interesting. They have just been all rock trio, progressive. Then they got into more of the electronics, which a lot of people did not like. Then they got more into a 80s type of style, 90s pop rock. Then they got back into hard rock, to their roots. They have different periods, ebbs and flows, and the fact that Annika is doing all this is incredible. So congrats. I cannot wait to see them in September. I myself I read the set list, and I've been the last 2 or 3 days, I've been behind my own drum kit trying to kind of relearn all these songs that I used to play when I was younger. Every single Rush song that's in the set list. So when I go to the concert, I'm going to be the best professional air drummer ever. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry, I cannot deal with Geddy's voice, nails on a chalkboard. Yeah, a lot of people said that about it. Even in Geddy's prime, some people couldn't stand his voice. I get it, though. I get it. Are they doing different sets every show? I don't know. We haven't had enough of a sample, but I know the first few shows with the same set list. Jason, top 5 Rush songs. Longevity in rock is not easy to do. Rush continues to deliver. Man, top 5 Rush songs is really difficult. I don't even know where I would start, honestly. Top 5? It's really hard to pick a top 5. La Via Stringato would probably be a top 5, only because it's a drummer nerds type of song. I would have to put Tom Sawyer, La Via Stringato in there. Those would probably be 2. Xanadu, I think I would probably put in a top 5. It's a very underrated song. I love Xanadu. gosh. Then you're thinking about the other two. Like, what? Where do I even go? YYZ. A 2112 has to be a top 5. Entree New, Subdivisions. I mean, oh my God. I don't know if I could put them in an order, but I would say 2112 for me personally. 2112, La Via Strandrato, Tom Sawyer are definitely the top 3. 4 and 5 are impossible. Yeah, maybe YYZ. I'm a sucker for that. That whole Tom Sawyer album, even Camera's Eye, is such a underrated song, but it's so long, that song. It's quite a marathon just to get through it. All right, let's get to the Michters, and then we'll pick a wild card here, guys. I'm just trying to give my my pal a little bit of a break here. Here is the press release. Rye whiskey's been a focus, blah, 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 bespoke. It's a Kentucky-style rye that has more corn and malted barley in its mash bill than many other ryes. The result is well-balanced rye whiskey. Rye whiskey has been a focus. Explain a critical component of aging Michter's 10-year rye is creating a barrel that is going to accentuate the beauty and elegance of a Kentucky-style rye after aging. You guys want me to read this in my Kermit voice? Because I think it might sound really cool. Rye's green, Kermit's green. Here we go. Haven't done this in a while. But I'm doing this for you guys because I was off for a week and I miss you. All right, here we go. Can't even do this shit. A critical component of aging Michter's 10-year rye is creating a barrel that is going to accentuate the beauty and elegance of Kentucky-style rye after aging for over 10 years, like my piggy. This whiskey, I'm not doing it anymore. The whiskey possesses a balance of complexity and refinement driven through baking spice, citrus, and floral. 92.8 proof. Suggested retail price of $210. I really like this rye, piggy. I feel like I can only do Kermit in like short stints. If I try to go too far with them, it just doesn't work. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, this smells freaking fantastic. Oh man. That's the worst code I've ever heard. Hey Jeff, man, that's my Kermit. Leave me alone. Come on, Piggy. I do a pretty good Kermit. Like I said, I just can't do it in like I can't do it in long sentences. Oh man. Digging into the current tour, they are changing it up every night, at least somewhat. A couple nights they did the whole 2112. It's a solid Kermit, yeah. I hope the show I'm going to the show in Cleveland. And I don't know if you guys know this, like Rush history, like Cleveland radio put Rush on the map here in the United States. So I feel like there are going to be some really special shows. If they do 2112 and La Via Strandrato live while I'm there, holy shit, I'll be super happy. They've been opening with Xanadu, and I hope they still do that when I see the show. So I think Kermit should get in the chopper. Get in the chopper, Kermit. Come on, Kermit. Arnold, I can't get in the chopper. It's too big. I am too small. Jason, can you compare it quickly? I got it. Whiskey Nose. Yeah, I would have to find it. All right. So last year's I remember was way more rye forward. It was very minty, spicy. At least the single barrel that I had. This goes back to the sweet rye. This is much sweeter. This is like blood orange and caramel on the nose. Oh my God. That's right. YYZ. Come with me. Come with me if you want to live. Come with me if you want to live. That's Kermit saying it. Dude, blood orange and mint is what I get. This is really nice. All right, let's give it a try. Dude. Holy shit. Some of the reviews I heard were true. This is I'm borderline giving it the stupid good like badge. Oh my gosh. There is so much sweet oak on this. It is decadent. It's actually pretty viscous, even at that lower proof point. The blood orange, mint, and that sweet oak combination is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh. This is the best M10 rye in quite a while. From what I remember, I would have to test it, but right now when I'm tasting, this is super impressive. Holy shit. Guys. Now, these are single barrels, right? Single barrel product. What single barrel do I have? Let me find the letter. So if you guys actually are hunting for this, this is 26C. 26C. So my barrel is 26C0664. 26C0664. That is my barrel number. Dude. It's both crushable, but decadent and super layered. Oh. All right, look. I saved you some money on the Star Hill Farms maybe for 2026. I saved you some money on the Pride of Anderson County, right? Saved you some money maybe on the Green River if that's not your thing. But this I'm not going to save you money on. This is stupid good. That's dumb good. Damn, they dumped 664 barrels of this by March this year. The layers in this are just a whole, like, wow. All right, let me temper my enthusiasm a little bit, because the more you sip it, it does get thinner, obviously, with that proof point. But man, this is one of the more layered rye whiskeys I've had with the M10. Last year was more spice. This is more sweet with a little spice. So this is more along the lines of what we've seen from Michter's 10-year single barrel rye in recent years. But I think the darkness of this, the layers of this, that the sweet oak in this is just so perfect. It's really good. So if you guys are M10 rye fans, then yeah, keep an eye out for the 2026 version. They're really good. Does the 664 actually refer to the barrel number? Yes, it does. Jason, is tonight the blend again in finals? Well, it's the wild card final, which we're gonna get into here right now. What time is it? Holy shit! It's 11:11. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize this was so overtime. I've just missed you so much. We're just hanging out. All right, and I'm sorry to Bo's Wine Guy and Jeffrey Wack for making you wait so long. But we're going to do this. So, 2 glasses, poured blind. Don't know what's in it. These are just 2 beautiful glasses. So what we have tonight here, guys, in the wild card round is, this is what the wild card look. This is what the bracket looks like right now. So it's definitely going to be Wallace Hare, Jeff Aldis, Darrell Stewart, and Mr. Dusty Dan in the final four. We do have a wild card spot open, and it's going to be either Jeffrey Wack or Bo's Wine Guy. Jeffrey Wack with his Jeff Pool blend, and Bo's Wine Guy with his, what is Bo's Wine Guy's name? It's shit. What's the name of his blend? It's a good name. Cinnamon Toast Punch. Brilliant. Cinnamon Toast Punch. All right, guys. Yeah, I know I'm keeping Whack up as his bedtime. All right, guys. Here we go. Let's play a little music here. Let's get into it. This is the last thing we're gonna do here tonight. before we call it a night here. I feel like there's a acoustic cinematic. Oh. I don't like that. Okay, I'm feeling that vibe. All right. Nice to see the Mandalorian mug again. I thought it died. No, yeah. I haven't seen the new movie yet. I gotta see the new movie. All right. Here we go, guys. Jeff Poole versus Cinnamon Toast Punch. Let's see who makes it to the wild card. Good luck to both of you guys. I know I've had a good amount to drink tonight, but my palate's pretty fresh. It's pretty sharp. So tonight, usually, like for once tonight, is pretty sharp. So we'll see what happens here. All right, let's start with this one. Put on some mumble rap. I can't stand that mumble rap shit. No, thank you. No mumble rap. Mumble rap is a travesty. It spits in the face of the poetry that was Biggie and Tupac and all the ones that came before it. Mumble rap is freaking bullshit. Can we get some Enya? All right, so this glass here, man, lots of spice. A little bit of a smoky hit. I do loathe mumble rap. Fucking hate mumble rap. I don't understand. I mean, you guys know I go buy, sneakers, and I'm looking at all these shoe stores are playing mumble rap when I walk in. I'm like, I fucking hate it. There's a little bit of a bitter note on top of this one. Some like bitter oak. Let's go to this one. Both of these are pretty strong. This one's a little sweeter. Get like blue raspberry on this. Kind of interesting. Yeah, blue raspberry. Spice. The noses are weird because they're both similar. They both are like live in this very spice driven category. Yet one just has a slight. This one to me is sweeter, and this one has a little bit more smokiness to it. So both of these are very spice driven, sweet and smoke. So that's what you have here with the two. And just because I haven't tried these in so long, I can't remember which one was which. So this is kind of cool. So let's see. I'm gonna start with this one. Dude, that's delicious. That is, yeah, blue raspberry, sweet oak. Almost comes off toasted in a way. Little toasty. Pit some what? Only passes mumble rap is Bone Thugs and Harmony, the OGs. Yeah, but see, Shemi, Bone Thugs and Harmony didn't mumble. They just spoke fast. You know? Like to me, they didn't mumble. Like you literally have rappers that are talking gibberish and they say like one or two words in English. But about the what's the comedian Joe Coy? If you guys have not look up mumble rap Joe Coy, Joe I think is how you spell his name, or it might just be Jo and then Koi. He did a special in Brooklyn all about mumble rap, and he literally played a song that was like "Book got you, boot yep," and then he said "lifestyle." Like that was the only word in the entire song that was spoken in English was "lifestyle," and the entire rest of the song was all mumble gibberish. Both Thugs in Harmony spoke English. They just talk fast. Oh, Koi, is it Koi? Okay. Yep. Joe Coy. I love Joe Coy. That dude fucking makes me laugh so hard. There's a skit that Joe Coy does about CPAP machines, and every time I see it, I think of Scott, my bourbon journey, because he uses one. It's You guys should look that up too. Joe Coy, his CPAP machine skit that he does is freaking hilarious. I was crying laughing. All right, let's try this one. Wow, these are very different. This is smoky yet sweet. Carries some spice. This gives you, it's almost like a smoked gingerbread cookie in a way on this one. Little bit drying on the palate because of that smokiness. But then this one gives you a lot of sweetness, more dark fruit. Oh my god, which one do I even pick? Dude, this is tough. This one is going to be, because they're somewhat equal with their heavy baking spice profile. One is just sweet, one is smoky. They're both. I could put either one of these in the wild card any day of the week. What it's going to come down for me to is viscosity and texture. Which one has the best viscosity? Which one has the better finish? So that's going to be the criteria for me right now, because right now both of these are pretty damn good. All right, let's start with this one first. The smokiness, the spice, very baking spice heavy. It's a little bit, again, it's giving me a little bit of bitterness too, which I never like in a blend. But the finish on that one is really spectacular. Just the spice just kind of lingers on. Let's go to this one. Viscosity, pretty good. This one to me is sweeter, but the finish kind of dies off a little bit too quick for me. But it has better viscosity than that one. So, well, that doesn't help, because this has a better finish. This has better viscosity. So now what criteria do we go to? Just uniqueness? I think in terms of what I would like to drink more, they both lose. Man, they both have actually pretty good finishes, actually. I, I'm I'm leaning towards this one because this one has a little bit of a bitterness to it. That's the only caveat to this glass. There's a bitter, drying note on the back end of this one that this one doesn't have. This one just comes off just really good. So let's find out what we got here, guys. Let's see who's making it to the wild card. The wild card slot for Blendageddon 2025 into 26. Blendageddon 8 goes to Bo's Wine Guy with his Cinnamon Toast Punch. Cinnamon Toast Punch wins it. Sorry, Jeff. Jeff, I don't know if it's just the way it's been sitting a little bit longer. It's a little bit bitter now. It's got a bitterness to it. I think the smokiness just kind of took over a little bit, made it bitter. But Bo's Wine Guy, this thing, I think the blue raspberry note is what put it over the edge for me because it's unique. There's a blue raspberry note in Cinnamon Toast Punch that is unique and just made it unique and just made it different. I love it. It's really good. I guess whack is off. Sorry, Jeff. Bo's Wine Guy coming back like the Knicks. That's right. Bo's Wine Guy, you're going to take the wild card spot in the finals, which will happen in July. By the way, guys, real quick, my bottles, the ones that I am putting in the giveaway for the fundraiser, we're talking Four Roses single barrel. I have a Weller 107 single barrel pick. I have a Hazmat Evernorth pick. I have Stag 26A in there. I have my Buffalo Trace Master Journey pick that we did. Dude, the amount of bottles this year is insane. So the fundraiser this year for Nationwide Children's Hospital, guys, I know it's kind of a weird economy right now, but be ready to raise some serious money for Nationwide Children's Hospital. The bottles, and not only the ones that I'm giving away, there's a drum key in there, but just the ones that that other people are donating as well. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a very memorable night. So keep an eye out for all the details for that. And yeah, I can't wait for July. It's going to be absolutely epic. So if Fred can't make it, I do have another judge that might help out with Matt Porter. So we'll see what happens with that. Just the scheduling's been really, really tough this year. So what's the process to raise money? So Resmash, I'll make basically a not GoFundMe, but something like GoFundMe to raise money for every donation you make. Those names will go into the pot for the randomizer to win a bottle. So that's basically how it works. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted on that. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. This was a lot of fun. Good to be back. We'll be back for a little while until probably late July. So as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Keep an eye out for some new videos coming out. And thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. It was a lot of fun. Patreons, we have an after party. I'll see you guys there. Cheers.